Have you ever been seated in a bar, cafe, or restaurant and overheard the people at a nearby table? They're louder than necessary. Some of them know what they're talking about, while others clearly don't. But more often than not, they're fascinating to listen to, right? Well, that's us here at the A&A Coffeehouse. So pull up a chair, hang out, and eavesdrop. We don't mind.
Hello and welcome to the A&A Coffeehouse. Go ahead and have a seat wherever you like. Adam and Anthony will be with you shortly. While you wait, please enjoy a cup of our delicious coffee. As always, we have Colombian, cappuccino, espresso, and Americano. Enjoy the warm fire while you listen to original music performed by the Corner Laughers. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee, and tune in.
The Elder Capuchin offers absolution to the people of the town.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the A&A Coffeehouse podcast, and I am Anthony DeFranco with our guest host today, Sal DeFranco, who is my dad. Say hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. Oh, no, you actually want me to say something. Hey, good. Can we say good morning, good evening?
Yeah, good
Timestamp
morning.
this? Yeah, good morning. It's another fantastic and beautiful day over here in the Monterey Bay.
Yeah, our my co-host Adam Kincaid and our producer Ariel Ayers is currently in some alternate reality, and they won't be back until next week. But yeah, we're gonna continue the show on without them. And one of the topics we're gonna hit on today is, of course, the guy that everyone loves to hate, Donald Trump.
There's words to be said there.
Oh yeah. So, Dad, you were telling me something about before the show that about Donald Trump having someone who used to work for him or something quitting. Right?
Well, I don't have the specs in front of me. I caught it briefly as I was walking out, and what amazing enough is that there's actually, it seems like his party is starting to fall apart, and it was going to happen. There's no question about it. Everything that Donald is. Has been fabricated. It's a lie. It's just a smoke and screens, and he's doing everything he can for one thing and one thing only, in my opinion, strictly money. This man, I mean, if you wanted a wartime president, if you wanted somebody to simply get in there and to kick butt, you elect Donald Trump, because he'll take every single person we have, and he doesn't give a damn, and he'll kill everybody. But he'll get his goal out of it. That's him. And if you want somebody who's, you can tell, I'm not pro-Trump at all. I mean, I love a lot of his ideas. I really do. And I think if they're done in a proper manner, it would work very nicely. But Trump, from the very beginning, is strictly a businessman. And he always will be a businessman. And if he's able to make a buck, somehow, some way, he's going to do that. And in all the numerous speeches, and I've watched him very closely, he's made it perfectly clear that he's got friends out there, all in high places, and they're all willing and dealing, and they want to get in there, and they all want to make money. So you want to vote for somebody who will drain you, vote for Donald Trump.
There's a petition going around right now where they want to bring guns to the Republican convention in the summer. But yeah, the Secret Service has said that no one's bringing guns to this. This came out yesterday. What do you think about that? Bringing guns to a Republican convention? No. See, I'm pro-gun. Don't get me wrong. The Second Amendment means a lot to me. I really understand what the Second Amendment was when it was developed and its main purpose at that time. And I understand what the Second Amendment through time meant to everybody and what it means today. And it's almost the same meaning. Not quite the same, but we can talk about that. It's almost the same meaning. So, if you were to take any enterprise, it could be a hardware store, it can be the Catholic Church, it could be a Protestant church, it can be the Republican convention. The people that are in power have to decide whether they're going to allow guns into a private business. It's simple. If it's public, hey, I think everybody should be toting. It's simple as that. But if you're going to a private business, no, they decide. Now, if on this particular thing where you have a high-profile Donald Trump
And there could be some insane person, which has been seen over and over again in his on all his presentations. Someone goes up there screaming and yelling and throwing things, having signs up. It's too dangerous.
Yeah, and plus, even if you're in a room with people full of guns, there's going to be one crazy. It doesn't matter how many people are there. They probably won't be able to stop the guy to shoot. At least if he shoots one shot.
No,
which is the thing. It's like though some people have a theory that a room full of people with a gun, then everyone will be safe, right? But if there's one person, you don't know if he's going to just go up and just immediately point and shoot. Like, for example, Jack Ruby. Remember when he went in and Oswald's walking out, right? All those police officers had guns, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, one guy, nobody was looking at him, just came out of the blue with a gun, a bad guy, and just shot him. And even Bobby Kennedy, for example, too. So there is a big safety issue. You bring it to a, something like a convention or some type of a public event like that.
Yeah, it has, unfortunate as it is, the human factor, and I believe that has a lot to do with everything. Yeah, they always have to apply the human factor. The human factor simply means that Joe Blow, and he could be an abiding citizen like San Bernardino, for example. These people assimilated into our culture. They became high officials within their rankings. They ran this public building. Everything was beautiful and great. Then something snapped on the inside of them. So the human factor has a lot to do. You don't know. And as much as I still say, I personally will feel much, much safer having a gun on me.
Oh, yeah.
And walking around. I think I have the common sense and decency to know the good and the bad. But
there are some people who...
There's some people who can't. And I'm sure they can do a psychological test. I mean, as a pro Second Amendment person, I have no problem saying, give me a psych test.
Oh, yeah.
I have no problem saying, I want to qualify for my gun. And if I have, in order to carry a gun, if I have to qualify with that weapon to show proficiency, I have no problem with that. See, I'm not the bad guy, and neither is anybody else who believes in guns.
Yeah,
it's the insanos out there.
It's the ones who don't go and apply for the concealed carry permit.
I'm
the ones who go around just hiding it on them. Not saying anything that could go and snap.
No, if I wanted to buy a gun illegally, I'm sure I can walk up and down any place. You name any place in the city. And if I happen to see the right people doing the right kind of stuff, and you guys know who these people are, they'll sell you a gun.
Oh, yeah.
Under the counter.
People out on the street.
Illegal.
Yeah.
It's us. People have to do things by the damn book that's wrong. It just, you got to go. People, unless you've actually bought a gun before or gone through all the sequence of events in order to get it, it's really, really hard. I mean, you'd have to walk into a store. You've got to present all the proper identification to land yourself as a state citizen. It's not just, I have a P.O. box. Oh, no. We want to know where you live. That goes into a database. Now that database, they're able to track. So whatever you purchase at that particular store or another gun anywhere in this state, they know what you have. Oh, yeah. They know where it is, and they know what's going on. So if anybody thinks out there that Big Brother's not watching, please. You take your credit card and you slam that sucker into your machine anywhere around and happen to have ammo on it, they attach that right to you. They know what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
So part one is you have to prove you're able and a landed citizen. Okay. Now when that's all said and done, then they do a background check on you. It wasn't bad enough. Okay, I still haven't got the gun yet. 10 days later of waiting, you finally walk in again, and they say, congratulations, you passed the background check.
Yeah.
Now pay. Pay every time? I just bought the damn gun. I gave you $800. No, that wasn't enough.
Yeah. And the thing is, the person who would commit the crime with their first gun.
Yeah.
Why would they why would they wait? Oh, no, I'm going to wait till I get this other gun to go and shoot up a bunch of people. It just makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. So now we've done all this, and I hear it all the time. I shouldn't say, but I hear it all the time from sources that I have that if for example, a cop's going to pull up to your house, they can pop into a database, and lo and behold, they say that house has registered weapons. They know before you walk on your door.
Yeah, and the thing is that constitutional for them to look up your information before really, knowing you? I mean, do they have just cause to look up your information? Right? That does open it up to another.
Yeah. See, now you're talking constitutional profiling. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound like a bigot or nothing, but common sense has to be given. So if common sense, and we have statistics on this, you can actually pull records, go on the internet, and look. And the key with that is you can pull up information for different cities. And within the cities, they'll tell you the breakdown. They'll tell you the crime. They'll tell you where the crime is at, the block, if you will. Okay, and they'll tell you by breakdown of what ethnic group is committing the crimes. So if you take San Bernardino and you take the crazy people who decided to do that, if you look at the background and say, well, who's committing this? What ethnic background are they that are committing these crimes? At that point there, to me, if I was FBI, CIA, whatever it may be, I would start looking very hard at that particular group of people. Again, not being a bigot, not doing any isolationist, not doing any like that, just common sense. That's it. What else more can you do? It's unfortunate that a particular group of individuals, again, doesn't make any difference what ethnic background they are committed the crime, but they're making their ethnic group look bad. As simple as that. Common sense. To me, it would make a lot of sense if they're able to, and they do it anyway. I mean, Big Brother's all around, to do a mass background check. Boom! On everybody at one time. They're going to do it anyway. What's the difference? And once it's done, then they'll be able to create the profile. What do you think the CIA does? They profile people. That's their job. And they see if you fit within this profile. And the San Bernardino ones, after they knew who they were, they profiled them and they said, yeah, they fit this.
But it's like after the fact.
Yeah, and that's what can't be done. We need to change. San Bernardino is a classic example of the new way of fighting from radicals. They will simulate within us whatever nationality they want to be. Once they've assimilated in us, then they'll attack us. That's the new way of fighting. And they learned that from us. We taught them.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah,
Reagan.
Yeah, we're not going to look at you. Okay, we're going to look the other direction. But the bottom line is that they're smart enough and they learned that this is how we're going to fight you.
Because I noticed also that with the whole, what went on over in Brussels? Was it Brussels?
Yeah.
I mean, they said that airport and a bunch of people died and got injured. It was really sad. But the thing was, though, that I noticed their tactics. You had the two people who were supposed to initiate the act. And then the guy next to him was, they used to call him the, what's the spy word I'm looking for? The gamekeeper. Well, that's at least what the British will call him, the gamekeeper, but we call him something else here in the U.S. They're the ones who make sure that everything goes in, the plan gets laid down. Then they leave, and then afterwards, they make sure the thing happens. The event happens. And that's something that we learned in World War II. That's what's the Office of Strategic Services. That's the tactics we learned then. Then when we closed the Strategic Services, those tactics went to the CIA and also military intelligence and even the Pentagon, things like that. And then afterwards, back in the 80s, we were trying to take out. We were teaming up with Osama bin Laden and those tribes at the time, and we taught them how to go after the Soviets. That's why we teamed up with them at the time. Because the Soviets in the 80s were like heavy on in Afghanistan, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so we were, this is how the Cold War thing works. We usually go, use rebels as pawns for us to fight our enemies.
Yeah, what they do is what I call wagging the dog. This is, the dog usually wags its tail. But what if the tail took charge and wagged the dog? And this is exactly what they did. They would send in operatives, contractors, and they in turn would assimilate within the people. And they would cause hate and discontent in the direction of the United States wanted. So if we wanted this particular group to win the battle, then we in turn would help that particular group. And we would cause hate and discontent on the other side. This same tactic is used today constantly.
Yeah, like Libya and also in Egypt and things like that.
Yeah.
When we got the Muslim Brotherhood in there.
Yeah.
Then afterwards we didn't like the way they were doing things, and so now they're back to a dictator again over there in Egypt.
Yeah, it's really, really sad to think that the United States has gone in and supposedly manipulated whatever they wanted to manipulate and get what their bottom line goal. But the bottom line goal is just the lie of democracy. It's not true democracy. There's not a single place we've actually ever gone into and walked out with true democracy.
Hello, folks. We are back, and we're on our next topic about Bernie Sanders, and he recently won 3 states over the weekend, which were Alaska, Hawaii, and Oregon.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was Oregon. Yeah, it was Oregon.
I didn't see any TV this weekend. All I know is that I did hear that he won 3 states.
And huge margins, too.
Yeah, and what amazes me is the power this guy has. Oh, excuse me. I just want to tell you that, and listen carefully. That's my spoon full of spaghetti and broccoli. Oh, you guys have no idea what you're missing there. All right, back to Bernie. The Republican side is that winner take all. That's how they look at it. But that means nothing. Because the Republican side, they don't like the way things are going. When it comes to convention, they'll do some kind of fancy mathematical formulated delegate counting and God knows what it's called, and you're out of there. So all this stuff that Trump's leading up to, they keep telling him over and over again, we're not letting you go through the gate. That ends that. Now, let's go.
You go to the Democrats.
The Democrats. Yeah. Okay. So on the Democrat side, everything's split. I mean, even though Bernie won 3 states, and all the other states that he managed to pick up, and it's the same thing for Hillary. Even all the states that she picked up, their delegates are split proportionally. I think it's based on the percentage of win. I got to look that up for sure.
Yeah, I think that's it too.
Okay.
Percentage points.
So here we go. The man goes and he wins, let's say like 70 or 80%. Well, he's still there's a 20 to 30% split that suddenly goes to Hillary. Okay, so everybody somehow, some way, is making points off the system, and they want to get up to the achieve point and then see if they get elected or not. If you, in my heart, if you want the same thing you have now, I voted for our president, and I think he's a great man, and I think he's done great things. And I know for a fact, this is my own personal opinion, when a Democrat is in office, I make more money. I see people out there having more money. I see things being purchased and people are happier. Okay? That's just my opinion. I also know that when a Republican's in there, people don't see that money to the end. It's the businesses, it's the large corporations that are initially getting the monies trickling down, and that's what bothers me. I always believe you get the people first, and the people will put in the system, and away it goes. So here we go. They win. Now Bernie, again, this is just my opinion, without doing any deep research. I think this guy, I like him. I think change is inevitable, and I think we need to change this country. Now, whether we can go through and actually afford everything that he's saying, that may be a different story. But it's time for a change for this country. And Hillary's great. I love her husband. I think he did a great job. Even though the Lewinsky scandal, I don't know, I still make a joke out of that. But the bottom line is that, do I want the same thing again? And in my heart, no, I don't want that. Now, I know there's people out there who are all pro-Hillary and everything. And the latest thing I heard about Hillary would amaze me is that she doesn't want to debate Bernie anymore because Bernie is being mean to her.
Oh yeah, because of his tone, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
I'm not a Bernie fan, but I'm like watching. I'm like, he's not doing anything wrong. His tone sounds okay.
Well,
like, what's her problem?
Well, I'll tell you what her problem is.
Yeah.
Her problem is that she's losing support. And when she's up there debating Bernie, people are actually hearing him.
Yeah.
So there's a difference. Hillary, if she doesn't do anything, she's got the super delegates, which are all that means is that these are people who she's given campaign money to or private funding to that floated through the entire system back in, so it's laundered money. Legally laundered money. Legally. Now you can what I'm telling you, you can look up on CNN. They said it last night.
Yeah.
And you can what's his name? I heard this morning. 1080. I hate to advertise the radio show.
KGO.
Yeah.
Radio.
Not KGO. It was anyway.
Oh, AM 1080.
KSCO, the other guy.
KSCO, the guys who are local.
Yeah, they were talking about this too. So it's
okay.
And what amazes me is the super delegates. I mean, her problem is she doesn't have to say anything, and she won already. It's a done deal. She's already there. She has the candidates with the super delegates. It's finished. Bernie needs to take those delegates away. Bernie needs to win California and the western states in order to be in position to go forward.
He'll probably win California. I think he has the entire West.
The thing is with Bernie is his speeches are beginning to convince people, including super delegates, to turn, to walk. And if you are a super delegate and you represent the people, then you have to look at the funding of this. Is that she's got Wall Street funding her, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, if I was a politician and I was looking at this saying that people really want that man, maybe there's something we can do. Whether all his programs are going to work, that's a whole different world.
Yeah.
But I think it's time for change. I think we really need to go the next direction now.
Okay.
I that's just me. Well, that's it. So, okay, getting Hillary. Would I vote for Hillary right now? No. I think it's changed, and I've repeated this. What do I vote for? Is there anybody else up to the vote for? Hell, I'd vote for my dog if I wanted to. But, he's not running. And the only other choice up there for us is Bernie Sanders. And, her talk of the vice president, excuse me, at the last minute during convention of resurrecting him and putting him in there. Because the Republican side is bringing up this major heat for Clinton and her email scandals and stuff. Now, let me go pro-Clinton. I'll switch the thing. This is a family that's been in politics for years. This is the Secretary of State, okay? This is an ambassador. She knows her stuff. There's no question about it. So there's no better person on the political point of view to put into the White House than her.
Oh yeah, besides her email scandal, the Republicans are also going after her with Benghazi.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Let's just sidestep here. And I think she did right on that. There's no question in my mind. And what people don't understand, and the United States doesn't show them this stuff. I got some friends, and my friends go and tell me this fantastic stuff overseas and the real stories of what's happening and what we see on television. And if you're a prisoner and you're an American prisoner, all you are is the next person that they plan to put on display and cut your head off. Okay? That's just the way it is. Okay? Now, if you're a foreign person that we've taken in custody, we feed you, we clothe you, we give you anything you possibly can use. But you don't have to worry about us taking your head off.
Yeah, because we don't do that.
That's the problem. We need to start doing that. CNN last night, they had this general. Oh, I'm trying to remember his name. I fell in love with the man. He'd be the greatest president ever. He made it clear. And he said that the United States needs to change their tactics. Our interrogation tactics are so outdated that they don't produce any results anymore. And if we have to be mean to somebody, we're actually being nice compared to what they would do to us. Okay, so water torture or whatever it may be down the road, we need to save thousands and thousands and thousands of lives.
And also, for years, everybody thought, at least on the left, that it was a violation of Geneva. These guys are not a recognized country. These guys are just a bunch of terrorists, bad people trying to kill each other and trying to start a country. But we don't recognize that. So it's really fascinating that for years, even I was on the bandwagon. I remember in high school that, this is torture, violation of Geneva, but I never actually read the Geneva Convention. No. Then I read it. It's like, wait a second, what the hell are these? This is why I became an independent, because what are these people feeding me? The left and the right are feeding people false information, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now, you mentioned information. So if we take that, by the way, I'm still smacking my lips on this fantastic, unbelievable lunch I'm having right now, or late breakfast. Thank you, Mom, again. The spaghetti is good.
Thank you, Nana.
Damn. Broccoli soup. Anyway. So, information. Here we have a company. We won't mention Apple's name. and they have a phone that I personally don't use Apple. I used to, loved it, too proprietary, got rid of it. But they had a good product. And something happens, and the morons who attacked us down at San Bernardino happen to be using that type of phone because they knew the encryption on the phone was more superior than any other phone. What amazes me is that how these people understand this stuff. Amazes me. So, they use the phones. We need that information. And Apple says, no, I can't give you the codes to open that phone up because it will hurt our rights and our privacy issues that we offer to our consumers, everybody who buys our product. National security? Maybe I'm wrong here, but I'm going to I'll send a letter out to these insanos over there and say, can your next target be Apple? That way they will understand the value of this. Because this is wrong. National security, protecting all of America.
Yeah.
Give them the damn codes. Figure out what's going on. Then we're all happy campers.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
But they should have given them the codes private. This whole thing should have been private between Apple and the FBI. That's how things have been for years when big business would help the government.
That's another embarrassment.
Yeah.
When the FBI goes and says, we can't crack the code. Could you help us, please? But instead of, like you said, I agree.
Yeah.
They should have went to Apple, knocked on the door. Hey, we got a problem. We can't crack the code. Could you help us?
Yeah.
No, let's put it all over the damn media and tell the people overseas, the bombers, that use Apple products because we can't crack the code.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like ridiculous. What if Howard Hughes, back in the day, remember that declassified attempt, I guess, in the 60s, late 60s or 70s, where Howard Hughes Corporation built this fake ship that they were claiming it was supposed to be for, I believe, oil.
Yeah.
But it was actually to retrieve a submarine.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want, they don't want it. What if Howard, that's something like that shouldn't go public. It was like them with their code. They should have somehow did this behind the scenes without anything going public and embarrassing Apple.
Yeah.
At the same
now,
time.
what's that company? What was that went to the United States aid? McAfee?
McAfee.
McAfee.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. At that point there, McAfee just went on the top shelf.
McAfee knows who the code breaker is, but doesn't want to say who he is or who he or she.
Well, I don't think they need to.
Yeah.
I mean, this is national security.
Exactly.
Find these damn people, take care of this problem, and let's go.
It's probably the NSA.
But anyway, that's just the way it is. The only good news that happened around here is In-N-Out.
Oh yeah, In-N-Out. Now let's head for our. We call this the next subject is called coffee beans, where we pretty much say a subject that's really interesting to us.
Do I get coffee?
Oh, I know. Well, you got the coffee you have right there. I wish we.
Oh,
had
if it's
coffee
coffee beans, then I expect coffee.
That's true.
What kind of segment is this?
But yeah, they call it
God.
coffee beans. So we come up with like a topic that personally that's interesting to us. Okay, so we're back, and Dad. So your coffee bean this week is about In-N-Out?
Only if I get coffee.
Okay.
Otherwise than that, no, I'm not going to talk. Oh, yeah. I tell you, we all got our favorites. And In-N-Out finally opened up here. Just what's a seaside over their border,
Oh, yeah,
Monterey border.
Seaside Monterey, yeah.
Unbelievable. I've never been there yet. That's the part that really upsets me. And I love it. Every time I leave town, if I'm up north, I stop by In-N-Out. If I'm down south, we know right where the In-N-Outs are. And we go to these places. I love the burgers, so I'm pro In-N-Out. Hey, just like pro Sanders, pro In-N-Out. It's just the way it goes. And the parking lot, every time I go to school and I drive by that thing, the parking is full. I've never seen so many people in my life. It's like this city doesn't know what a good hamburger is.
Yeah.
And the place is packed solid. We're thinking of just parking the car like 4 or 5 blocks away and walking in. It may be easier. It's just amazing. Well, the funny story goes like this. So my coffee bean is that I'm sitting there and I'm enjoying my morning coffee. And then I hear, and I love listening to my scanner, so I'm always listening to all the fun things happening around the world. And here I am, and they mentioned that there's a fire. And the moment I heard that, I text Anthony. Said, "Oh my God, In-N-Out's on fire." My wife tells me, "Did you just hear Anthony yell?" And we thought we heard Anthony yell, "No!" And here I am running out my house, and I'm looking down at where In-N-Out is supposed to be, and I got my hands up in the air, flaring, pounding my chest. No, no! It looked like a scene from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, everybody's been, because it's In-N-Out, because we've been wanting it for years here. Majority of the people here in Seaside. And the one mayor who was for In-N-Out, but then he lost the election, and the other mayor came in, was against In-N-Out, stopped talking to In-N-Out, the contracts and stuff, and decided to instead get us Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, please.
Yeah, and it's like, okay. I mean, if anyone knows what a Buffalo Wild Wings is, it's like a huge sports bar, right?
Which was nice. I've been in there.
It's nice,
No
yeah.
arguing.
Nice atmosphere, but the thing is, it's nothing like In-N-Out.
No.
Yeah, In-N-Out, just those burgers are just amazing. And then their fries are fresh potatoes that they just cut up and stuff.
Yeah, well, see, that if you meant, so we're on politics. So we take In-N-Out, and the reason it's finally it's there is because the mayor had a friend whose father was a developer of the land. I may have that slightly wrong, but they wanted to put a hotel there. Took a long time to get those babies in.
Oh, yeah, so that mayor lost the election back, and
Right.
the old mayor won again, and he started talking it back to In-N-Out, and that's how In-N-Out came to be.
Yeah. I love In-N-Out. You know what I found the other day, too? I mean, besides everybody needs to go to In-N-Out.
Yeah.
I'll be walking there shortly, and their shakes are unbelievable. Don't order a soda. Ask for a shake. Oh, chocolate, my favorite. And when you get the fries, animal style.
Yeah, animal fries. Those are really good.
Good stuff. Now, they're supposed to have a secret menu. I have to look it up again, but I thought it's somewhere on there was chili or something. I don't know. I got to look it up.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be
interesting. I'll
fun.
look that up, yeah.
But that's pretty cool. So we were driving by, and I went to the local post office. And on my way back down, I noticed that Me and Ed's, the pizza place, they had lousy sauce anyway. You look at it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hated
their
their
pizza was dry and very terrible.
Sucked.
Oh, man.
I'm better off eating this cardboard book on the table here.
Yeah,
So.
I was sad to say that Little Caesars, which tastes like cardboard, was better.
Oh,
than
yeah,
Me and
no, this
Eddie's.
is definitely better. Definitely better. Yeah, they're shut down.
Oh, wow.
They're gone. And then so me and my wife, we get off, we look at the little sign, and there's a liquor license there. And the liquor license is Mountain Mike's.
Oh, Mountain Mike's here in Seaside.
Now, Mountain Mike's pizza is pretty good.
They are good.
Yeah. So that'd be a first.
Yeah, I've been to the one in Marina, and I've also been to the one in Pacific Grove. They're
The
both
PG
really good.
one, they just remodeled the inside of it, and they had a great lunch special. Was it $7.99 or $8 or something like that? All you can eat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't bad at all. Now, since we're talking about pizza and fast food, and this is my coffee, Gianni's.
Oh, Gianni's Pizza. Best pizza, at least in Monterey County.
I got tears in my eyes when I think of Gianni's. You know, I mean, here's a funny story. Anthony here, or Tony, however you want to call him, right? His name was actually supposed to be Gianni. And I'm not kidding you. And the reason being is when my wife was pregnant with him, all she wanted was a pepperoni pizza with the biggest damn hunks of pepperoni, at least silver dollar side, if not bigger, on there. And she would tell me, I want a pizza. Okay. So I would call Gianni's up and say, hey, it's for baby Gianni. No bull. And they knew exactly what she wanted, and they made the pizza. So everybody listening out there, his real name is Gianni. True story. That's something else. And Mexican food, if we go down that road there, if we stick locally around here, Cerritos? Cerritos.
Yeah, Cerritos.
Unbelievable food.
Yeah, there was one on one of our holiday specials. I couldn't remember the name of the place, but yeah, the name was Cerritos.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, if you want to go to San Juan Bautista, which I go out there for business all the time, Nada doesn't like it.
I don't like it.
No, I love going into that one at the corner over there.
That's there.
Donna Stairs.
Donna Stairs. Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, if you go across the street from Donna Stairs, the food's not as good, but the atmosphere is like Disneyland. The plants are hanging up. They got birds all over the place. It is fun.
Nice.
That's a good place. Cheese. Now, I'm sure everybody out here is a Starbucks fan and everything. And what coffee house you like going to?
For me, I just go to McDonald's because it's cheap.
I don't know.
I usually get a large hazelnut iced coffee because Starbucks it is good coffee, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's really expensive. It costs more for like a large venti mocha frappuccino than a gallon of gasoline.
No. See, I almost they called the cops me one time. I walk into Starbucks, and all he said was, "I want a decaf coffee." And the person looking at me says, "We don't need your attitude." I said, "No, I just want a straight decaf." Hold on. She got the manager.
Yeah.
No, this is a true story. And the manager comes on and says, "Can I help you?" "I want a decaf." "We don't do that here. Pick a number." And he was serious, and he pointed up there. They had all these fancy schmancy names, and then I said, "Look, give me so and so up their number. That says decaf, right?" And then he starts talking about all the additives and put in there. Then when everything's done, it's $7.
Yeah.
$7 for a cup of coffee? Hell no.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Here you go. Red's Donuts.
Oh yeah.
On Alvarado Street.
Oh yeah.
My dad used to work there. Your grandfather
Yeah.
used to work there. I walk in there. I sat down on the same stools they've had for 50 years. I almost started to cry. And your mother's with me, and she's like, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Do you see these same pictures? They've been up here forever." And I said I wanted a hot cocoa, and I wanted a donut, a chocolate donut. I get tears talking like this because that's what my dad would give me all the time when I was there.
Yeah.
So we would go there now, and the coffee's only $1. Damn. So give me a large coffee now, and then if you go on certain days, I think it's Monday and Tuesday, a dozen donuts are like $5 or something.
That's a good deal.
Don't hold me to the price, but it's a damn good deal. So that's a hell of a donut house. A friend of ours, he's passed on now. His name was Ski. Had something to do with the management there. And when they had leftover donuts, I don't know if you remember this.
Oh yeah, I remember. He used to bring us donuts all the time.
Oh my God, trays of them.
Then we eventually got sick and tired.
Oh
of
yeah, then when I
donuts.
look at
The
it,
neighbor.
yeah, he'd bring the donuts and we distribute
all the
them
poor people.
to all the poor people. We distributed them
Yeah.
to the neighborhood. We went down to give them the Salvation Army, give them the different lodges around here, and yeah, boy, talking about.
Yeah, didn't he crash into to your fence?
Yeah, he took
one
the
time
fence
too?
out 3-4
Yeah.
times, but you can't say nothing. The man's bringing you donuts.
Exactly.
The man's bringing you donuts. You don't say nothing about the
Yeah,
fence.
you just go pow right into the fence.
Frank,
and
take
get
it
a
out.
Free box of donuts. There you go.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's true. So, what else you talking about in this coffee bean segment?
Oh, a coffee bean segment. We usually go around the table and each person has a different subject. Since we're on food, I'm going to say a place that's just as good as In-N-Out, at least in my opinion, for my coffee bean, would have to be White Castle. White
Where?
Castle burgers. There's one in Nevada, I
Oh.
found out, but they're like the East Coast version of it, equivalent to In-N-Out.
Florida, I went to a White Castle.
Yeah.
They gave me these little hamburgers.
Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of
but
mini
a bunch of
burgers.
them. And they were baby hamburgers, and I kind of looked at your mom and said, "What the hell? What are these things?" She told me, "Shut up. You have no idea what you're missing." Amazing burgers. They're small, but they were fantastic. Had a good time. And you know the place we went to when we were in Florida? And they don't have one here. If they did have one here, I would be a regular customer. Crackle Barrel. Or Cracker Barrel, however you want to pronounce it.
Oh, yeah.
The food was great. And then they had this fantastic little shop that has the weirdest stuff you've ever seen before. And the people were so nice and polite. And we went through there and we told them, "Hey, we live in Monterey." Okay. They said free shipping. What nice. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, oh, that was just amazing. That was fun. Then they have something called a Brevard Zoo. And that zoo was a small zoo. Something like, well, bigger than Monterey's. Monterey does have a zoo. A lot of people don't know about that.
Oh, Wild Things?
Yeah, Wild Things. It's growing, but it's slow. I think it's in the wrong... Oh, see, I'm getting critical now. I think it's in the wrong place. That zoo should be here at Fort Ord. More centralized location where people can actually go to. Like San Francisco Zoo is right on the ocean. That zoo should be right here.
Yeah.
That's where it should be. And I think that's... Because it's in the middle of nowhere. That zoo will kick butt if it was here in Monterey. And, that's something that, maybe for another day topic, the entertainment of Monterey, what it should have and what it doesn't have.
Yeah, because we need a lot more entertainment than what we already have
There's
now.
nothing here. I mean, if you want to go to a concert, you have to go, and I like the State Theater, don't get me wrong, but that's it? That's the only venue around here?
Yeah, that's the only thing. Well, there's also in Carmel, they have a venue, but the venue, there's nothing for kids.
Yeah.
Nothing for, teenagers.
Yeah.
Nothing really for those who are 18 to at least, between 18 and 21.
Yeah.
These are the ones who really have nothing to do around here. These are the ones who, just have to drive out to, San Jose or something to find something to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Well, anyway...
Anyways, so this is the end of today's show, and next week we'll have Adam, Ariel, and our guest host Alvaro Gutierrez Valadares. I would like to thank our special guest host today, Sal DeFranco, who is also my dad. Thank you for
thank you, Anthony, for having me here, and maybe if you guys want to invite me again if I don't get thrown out of the show.
Okay, yeah, no problem. And then also I'd like to thank my grandmother, Nana Eleanor DeFranco, for providing lunch for us today.
Oh, yeah.
That lunch was really good. Thank you. And
You're very welcome.
oh, thank you. And then until next time, folks.
Until next time, folks, grab yourself a cup of coffee, kick back and enjoy the podcast, and don't forget In-N-Out Burgers just down the street from you.
Ariel, who is the band that is playing the opening song?
Corner Laughers.
And what is the song called?
It's called Dead Sicilians. You can find them on iTunes, you can find them on YouTube, and a link on our website and all our social media. They play shows in Sacramento, they play songs in the Bay Area, including San Francisco, Redwood City, Berkeley a lot, actually. They've been to the UK. They actually played where the Beatles first played.
So if you like them, if you like their music on iTunes or their CDs, you can easily go see one of their shows.
So
They've
look
been
them up.
gracious enough to give us
Allow
the use
us
of their
to
music.
use their music.